Hi Capricorn, this is Carrie at Wooing Nature. I am glad to be here and glad to be sharing my reading with the Capricorn natured people of the zodiac. My favorite one, because I'm a Capricorn. So Capricorn, let's see what's going on with us. Okay, we got birds, people talking. That's what birds are in the New Mormon, people talking. And they're talking about whatever it is that the Capricorn women out there, okay? Ought to be some powerhouses if I know what I'm thinking about. So somebody is connecting with you, and somebody is talking, and somebody is communicating about your feminine side. Now, again, we're talking about spiritual feminine. The spiritual femme. The spiritual femme is about that which is the feminine nature within you. So this is about the Capricorn feminine nature, the feminine nature of a Capricorn, which is sometimes not the way we usually think about Capricorn. Capricorn can be a very masculine natured being because of their drive, because of that drive, the ambition, and all of that can definitely be associated with Capricorn energy, which is a very masculine energy. But what they're talking about, literally talking about, is the feminine. So let's see what's going on with the Capricorn feminine energy here. All right, so Capricorn, what I'm saying for you is that you do have a lot of power in you, power in the tail part of you, okay? Now, a lot of people think about Capricorn in terms of the head, the goat. They always refer to the Capricorn as the goat, but they don't remember that there's a tail behind it, and that tail is a fishtail. Fishtails are related to emotions or related to the emotional or the emotional aspect of the self, okay? Which is very feminine, by the way, okay? So we're looking at your emotional side right now, and that's what needs your attention, and that's what needs to be communicated with at this time, okay? All right, so we're looking at the literally, literally we're looking at the tail part, which is the emotional side of yourself. I see here that you're trying to balance out something here. You're trying to balance yourself with someone else, and having difficulty doing so because, quite frankly, you're probably... Let me get some clarity on this. Yeah, I'm seeing that you're trying to balance yourself out with another person. You're trying to balance out energy against or along with another person. To be honest with you, their perspective and their perspective and where they're coming from is quite different. They're looking at things kind of in the dark. They're kind of in the dark. You're becoming more conscious and more knowledgeable of what you're dealing with this individual that's coming into the light. So there's some cloudy areas that have to be opened up. You have to see them a little more clearly than you did before. And that's the process that you're going through right now. This is definitely some kind of relationship this is a relationship that you're dealing with, okay, with another person. And that relationship is, I don't know what to say about it. The person is not really, they're not seeing things from the same perspective, which means y'all are not on the same page. All right, we've got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse here, which means that you're kind of, let me say the feminine. Because again, we're talking about woman. We're talking about feminine energy. Okay? It looks like the feminine is kind of confused, wondering, trying to figure it out. Okay? It leaves your feminine really vulnerable is what it is. It's kind of like putting your feminine in a situation where the feminine is vulnerable. doesn't really know, isn't really able to access the feminine strength that we're talking about. And that's very, very, very important. Very, very, very important when you're talking about feminine energy. Okay. So I'm seeing that this energy is coming from a King of Cups. So this is here we're talking about the masculine. I definitely feel like this is a relationship here. Okay. Not sure if the relationship is romantic or personal or professional or whatever it is. It really doesn't matter. What does matter is that the way that you are having to manage this situation is putting your feminine in a state of confusion, which you don't need right now because your feminine is also your intuition, that's your gut instinct, that's your feeling space and all of that. Your feminine doesn't need to be confused. But it seems to be coming from the masculine, and the masculine is not being straightforward. So this could be somebody outside of you who is operating in the masculine sense, who is not being straightforward, who may be um, not I feel like not fully committed, or their commitments are split, their aim is split, their focus is split, and so then it makes you feel confused about your aim and your focus. But you need to understand that that's not the case, because you understand these feeling spaces. So I'm seeing here again, realm of emotions. Okay, even though this is a Six of Swords card, it's water all around it, and it seems like you're trying to navigate this boat with somebody who themselves has already capsized, or they are capsizing. So you got to move forward with what you know. You can't be really dependent on somebody whose energy is not in the right space. It's just not in the right place. They're underneath every card I'm seeing. Like all of this, I'm seeing them kind of under the water. I'm seeing this person operating underneath something else. It's like, what is that? What is that about? What is that about? It's hard to tell. Very hard, very difficult to tell in this case. But it is creating some confusion, and I think that confusion needs to be annihilated or eliminated. And I think the best way to eliminate it is to understand that that part of yourself, that sensing feeling part of you, not the part of you, Capricorn, that is real sure of themselves and knows what's going on, and trying to kind of control everything or have a handle on everything. Not that part. It's the feeling part that you've got to trust in this situation. And when you have these feelings, it's because you're picking it up. The other person that you're dealing with they're literally upside down from you. They're literally upside down. And we know opposites attract. This isn't about opposites. This is about the person really being not being clear themselves, and so then you end up feeling like you're not clear yourself. So I feel like you need to guard your energy space just a little bit, Capricorn. That's what I'm feeling here. You need to guard your energy space here. You need to give a little, not so much, right, in the situation that you're in. I'm seeing this as you need to protect yourself just a little bit, and it's not about putting up walls. It's just to be mindful about how much you give in this situation. Be mindful about how much you're giving in this situation. I feel like for some of you, this is a transformational process for you with this Fool here. I'm seeing the baby, and I'm seeing the person coming out, and I'm seeing them touching the sun, and also touching the butterfly, which is a representation of transformation. The Chariot here is also represents transformational movement, or moving from one place to another. But again, in this Chariot, I'm seeing there's a block. There's a block here. You're not able to do that, or you're still, you're either trying to still approach this situation from the head and not the tail, from the goat side of yourself, the front side of yourself, but not from the emotions. And I feel the frustration there. I feel like sometimes you want to like really choke this person, you know, or you really are trying to understand in some kind of way, but that's the block too, because you can't have control over somebody else and the choices that they make. I don't know, this person trying to stay in the dark or what, you know? Yeah. So here again, that's the Five of Pentacles. I just keep seeing over and over again. It's kind of the same thing. It's kind of the same situation over and over again. In the cards where you're fighting, you're trying to understand, you're trying to overcome something, you're trying to have a different understanding of it, but the person themselves is really kind of just, they're caught up in their own stuff. And because they're caught up in their own stuff and kind of meandering around in the nebulous dark, then they end up roping you into it, and now all of a sudden you're feeling nebulous and in the dark. You got to take control of that situation. Whatever you feel and you sense about this, it's probably correct. Even if you can't quite put a handle on what it is or what it's all about, you still know that it's not jiving. Something's not jiving. And because of that, you got to really take control of the situation. I'm seeing that here. You know what I'm saying? That means being, moving forward with your strength and with your power. I'm also seeing here that that you do have the power to control this situation. You do have what you need to control the situation. I feel like you're wanting to be in this relationship with them and build with this person, but you're going to have to be stronger than that, because you're going to have to be able to manage it. And I feel like the management is here. It's being able to manage the situation that you're in. And really, it's no managing to it. You know, what it is the person's operating in the dark, the person's operating in the nebulous. They can't see. It's wavy for them and all kinds of other stuff. If it's wavy for you, what you think it's going to be wavy? If it's wavy for them, what you think they're going to do for you? Make waves. And you may not want no waves. And if you don't want any waves, Capricorn, you have to let people know we ain't going to make no waves here, okay? And the best way to do that is to have a full understanding of who you're dealing with. And then you can decide what to do about them later. Okay, but it all goes back to understanding your feminine nature, honoring your feminine nature, honoring your feelings and your emotions, and letting that be your messenger. That's what the birds are. Birds are messengers, right? So your feminine is your messenger right now. Your intuition, your spirit, that which you are feeling. Just go with your feelings. Even if you can't logically put your finger on it, you just have to go and let your feelings be your guide right now, because you're sensing something that your intellect may not have picked up on yet lately. But why wait? Why wait? Your spirit already knows something isn't on the up and up. And it's not that they're not on the up and up. It's just that they're kind of lost. So if they're lost, you don't want to be lost with them. It's no need. You know, let them be lost if they're lost. And if you want to stand on the side and point the way, oh, you should maybe go to the left or go to the right. But don't have them link arms up with you and walk you down into the never land. Into the hinterlands, into the basement. You don't need to go down there with the tidy bowl man with them. You know, you trying to rise above, they up there circulating and circulating in the cesspool. So you don't need that, Capricorn. Trust me, because you got too many things to do, right? All right, Capricorn, that's it for your reading for the spring. Keep that in mind as you're dealing with your relationships. Just remember that the Spirit is communicating to you through your feminine. They're communicating to you through your feminine. Trust it and go forward with it and be the light, Carol Ann. All right, I hope you have a great day and I hope you're having a wonderful life.